What's going on, everybody? Cigar Show Tim here with another edition of Tobacco Talk, where I review a cigar and then I give you my thoughts on it in four key areas: flavor, draw, construction, and burn. It's everything you want to know about that cigar, but it's from my palate's perspective, and then I rate it as to whether I think it's nub worthy or not. So the cigar for this review comes from Drew Estate. I got one of their Freestyle Live media kits back a couple weeks ago. I did an unboxing, all that fun stuff. They included some cool little gadgets and gizmos and all sorts of different things. But I've already had this cigar once, in full transparency, but I wanted to review it for all of you. Last year, I guessed the wrapper correctly on it, and this year, let's see if I will be as fortunate. I don't think I will be, but we can try. So for this review, I have got the yet-to-be-named Freestyle Live March 2024 cigar, and this is the Toro format. It is a 6 by, I'm going to say 52, and not a 50. We'll go 6 by 52, and yeah. Let's check this thing out. So, if we're going to review it, all right, I went with a straight cut, as you can see right there. Let's get some cold draw notes on it, and fair warning, it's a little bit interesting. Yeah, so I got this on the first time that I had this cigar as well. So the cold draw, you get the light hay and the grassiness and a very, very faint cedar, but there's almost like a tangerine kind of cold draw note on it, which is really unique. I've only picked up a tangerine kind of cold draw on one other cigar, and it was a test, excuse me, a test blend for another brand. So really has my interest peaked on this one. But those are the cold draw notes. Let's not waste any more time. Let's light it up, and we have this single torch butane lighter that came from them as well, as you can see right here. It says Freestyle Live on it right there. And then if you rotate it, it says Drew Estate, the rebirth of cigars, Esteli, Nicaragua. Okay, let's toast it now. Okay, upon initial light up, man, look at all that smoke. Rabbit hair just kicked on. It'll be gone real quick. Upon initial light up, picking up very, very distinct hay, graham cracker, a little bit of buttery note in there as well. And there's almost a little bit of like a cedar wood, but a little bit of a tang to it. So maybe not just like tang to the woodiness, but there's a tang that comes along with that cedar wood. So really interesting. It's starting off the same way the last one was. I know how the last one went, so let's go forward and go through this first third. When I come back, I'll let you know what we do have information-wise on the cigar. The blend is not yet disclosed. A lot of the different things about this specific cigar just haven't been released yet because we haven't gotten to March 14th. But I'm going to jump into the first third. When I come back, I'll let you know what I do have information-wise on this particular unnamed cigar, flavor profile, strength, all those good things. So here we go. All right, let me show you the burn here at the end of the first third. As you can see here, pretty much razor straight burn right there. Doing very, very well, and plenty of smoke coming off of the foot. The ash holds on for, and there you go. I set it down and it knocked itself off. Holds on for maybe 3/4 of an inch or so before falling off. One time I just moved my hand over the ashtray. Unfortunately, the ash fell into it, but didn't expect it to fall that soon, but it did. Okay, flavor profile in the first third. So there's a very distinct like cedar note in there. It's a lighter cedar note. There's still a bit of that sort of like citrusy tang. There's that tangerine on the cold draw. And for me, there's a very noticeable like citrus tang in this cigar in the first third. And then there's a really nice sort of toasted and creamy note that's in there as well. Very, very nice, very smooth. There's still that buttery kind of creaminess. I know I just said creamy, but it's a little bit of like a buttery mixed with the creaminess that's in there. But the wood is really the prominent flavor note that's in the first third completely. The strength on this, I'm going to put it at a mild. I mean, it's very, very mild. It is mild in body, not deep, not rich flavors, not super, complex by any means whatsoever. But let's talk about what we do know about this cigar and what is being announced on March 14th of this year, 2024. So we know that there were, I believe, 15,000 of these Freestyle Live kits or packs that were created. It includes a 3-pack of the cigars, the cutter, the lighter, and then there's a leather strap that I'll show you in the next segment. That is all included in the box, and they've pared down in size from where they used to have, a bigger box, and it had this and it had that, and cups, or a number of different things that Drew Estate has done over the time, or over the years of them doing the Freestyle Live cigars. But it's very simple, but it's very compact in its size, but it works very, very well also. So that's the flavor profile. In terms of any more information on it, or excuse me, that wasn't the profile. That's the kit that it comes with, and the numbers that were created, or the number of packages that were created, is 15,000, and the MSRP on the packages is $40. So they were sent out all over the country to brick and mortars, online retailers, everything like that, for you to go and check out. So go and do that if you're interested in this. Go and check it out. There is a code that's inside, or a QR code, I believe is what it is, and that is sort of your pass when you buy this kit to be registered for the event, to log in, to get all that information, and take care of it all. So first, third, those are the flavor notes. That's the information that we do have on it, and it's really just the quantity that was made and the price that they are being sold at, which is $40. There's nothing on the blend. If I had to guess, I would say that this is possibly an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper. Just a little bit of the flavor makeup of it, to me, says that it might be an Ecuadorian Connecticut. Again, I could be completely wrong. For the last Freestyle Live, or for a year ago, when they announced the Nica Rustica Adobe, I had guessed the wrapper that was on that one, that it was Habano, and I was, lucky to be correct on that one. I'm going to guess that this is a Connecticut, possibly Ecuadorian Connecticut, but again, time will tell when they release the blend information on that. So I'm going to jump into the second, third, and come back to you, let you know any changes in the flavor profile, construction. The draw on it is doing very well, no problems whatsoever. Plenty of smoke is coming off of the foot, as you've seen, and so it has been doing quite well in the first third, but let's see how the second third goes. Let me show you the burn here at the end of the second third. See right here, there's some wave to it now. Not as straight as it was at the end of the first third, but the ash has been holding on a little bit longer in the second third, so that's been nice. Okay, flavor profile in the second third here. So that creamy, buttery note has tapered way, way back. The cedar wood is still there, but it's not the most prominent flavor note now. That toasted note that was in there, and there's a nice nutty note that's come in now. So a nice, like, toasted nuttiness is in there. A little bit of baking spice is in there as well, but it's just a really nice, like, creamy toasted nuttiness with a real subtle background of a cedar wood, and the long finish gets a little bit of a white pepper on the palate as well, just coating the tongue, not on the back of the throat, not on the roof of my mouth, nowhere else, nothing like that at all. Strength on this, I would say maybe mild plus. It is only because of the pepper would I put it at a mild plus, that it's starting to ramp up and feel a little bit stronger, but again, mild plus is still very, very light. So when I first had this cigar, I don't know, back probably a week and a half ago, just sitting here and enjoying one for myself, just getting familiar with it, trying to think through, is it anything that might be in their existing lines? Is it a whole new line? Is it a line extension? And initially, when I first started smoking it, it reminded me a decent amount of the Nica Rustica Adobe. And there was just some similarity there, not obviously the broadleaf one, but the Adobe that came out about a year ago. There's something that's just reminiscent or similar to that Adobe with this one here. So I don't know if maybe this is a Connecticut in that line, in the Nica Rustica, I can say that, in the Nica Rustica line. If this is just a Connecticut line extension, so they'd have the broadleaf, they'd have the Habano, and now having a Connecticut, my guess still is a Connecticut on what this wrapper leaf is. But time will tell. March 14th, 2024. I've said that a number of times, but I want to make sure that you have the opportunity to go and pick one of these Freestyle Live kits up if you haven't already done so that you can make sure you are there and watching the live stream, enjoying it with them, and the QR code that gets you access into it, really what it does is it gets you into drawings and things like that. Just going on to Drew Estates, I believe it's their YouTube channel and their Facebook is where it is going to be live streamed. That's where it's been done in the past. So my understanding is that it's going to be the same for this one that is coming up next month in March. But we'll wait for Drew Estate to release a little bit more information and see where exactly they're going to be live streaming it. But I would expect that it's going to be their YouTube channel and probably Facebook as well. But again, we'll wait and see on that one. But that's been the main flavor profile in it. The long finish, now that I've let it settle out a little bit, is still that white pepper that's on the palate. But there's still a little bit of that sort of citrusy tang that's in there that's really unique, but it's not off-putting at all. So we'll see what happens in the final third. I'll come back. I'll let you know any changes in the flavor profile, anything else I think you might need to know. And of course, I will let you know whether I think this Freestyle Live cigar is nub-worthy or not. All right, let me show you the cigar here at the end of the review. See, the burn did get a little bit wonky at the end there, but it waited till the end to get there. So, flavor profile in this final third. That toasted nuttiness is still the absolute most prominent flavor note that's in there. The light cedar wood's completely gone in this final third. That baking spice kind of savory note is ramped up just a little bit, and the pepper ramped up a little bit as well. Nothing crazy spicy level. It's not like, oh my gosh, it's going to clear out your nostrils. Nothing like that at all. But there's a little bit of white and black pepper sort of combination right there in the final third. So, based on what I know of the blend, which is nothing, and overall experience, I actually enjoy when I review this because it doesn't let me know, oh, it's got this kind of tobacco in it, and I don't know anything about the blend, so it's got this, or it's got that, or it's Dominican, or it's Nicaraguan, or it's, Ecuadorian, or it's Pennsylvania, or Connecticut, whatever it is. I actually like when I review cigars like this because then I know nothing going into it about, oh, I love Nicaraguan tobacco, or Dominican, or whatever it may be. I get to go in completely blind, completely unbiased, and go, do I like the cigar for the cigar? And at the end of the day, that's what Noteworthy or Not is about. Do I like the cigar? Do I want to have it again? Or do I not care for the cigar? It's not for my palate. It may be for yours, but it's not for mine, and I don't want to have it again. So, do I think this is a noteworthy cigar? With the toasted nuttiness, with the little bit of pepper that was in there, just for a little bit of a, picking it up, just a little kick, and the cedar that carried its way through, the tangerine note really basically disappeared in that second third. It didn't carry its way through the cigar. I really enjoyed that sort of tangy, tangerine kind of citrusy note. But do I think this is noteworthy? I do. That nutty and that toasty, the nuttiness and the toasted notes in this cigar were really enjoyable for me. The tangerine was unique, and I enjoyed it because there's another cigar, again, when I was doing some testing of blends for a different cigar brand. I got that in a couple of the different blends that they had, and they were Connecticut's also, which is what lends me to think that this may be a Connecticut. Again, I'm thinking Ecuadorian Connecticut. Who knows? I could be completely wrong. But this is an upworthy cigar for me. The notes that were in there, the transitions, the way it progressed, the draw was very nice through the entire time. Strength as it's wrapping up, I'm still going to put this at a mild plus. It is not a very strong cigar whatsoever. I'm going to put it probably a mild to medium bodied in terms of depth of flavors and the flavor profile and everything in it. But it did really well. So I think this is noteworthy. March 14th, which is just a little under a few weeks away from right now. We're going to find out what the blend on the cigar is on the Freestyle Live with Drew Estate, with Jonathan Drew and Pedro and all the team from Drew Estate. They're going to be on. They're going to be talking about what the blend is. They've usually got a promo video, different things that take place. If you've never watched one of the Freestyle Lives, I highly encourage you to check this one out and see, one, what the cigar is. Is it an extension of the Nica Rustica line, or is it something completely different? Is it maybe something that's coming out, Willie Herrera's, doing another blend? Who knows? We will see what this is, but my gut tells me, just because of how the cigar progressed and what it went through, and just some similarities, that it just, for whatever reason, reminded me of the Nica Rustica Adobe. I'm going to guess that this is probably an extension of that line on the lighter end, probably Connecticut, but time will tell. So when you watch this, if you've already heard what the blend is on it and what the cigar's name is and all those different things, and you want to try it, you want to check it out, or you're watching this before March 14th and you're just curious about it and you enjoy those flavor notes and the profile, which really work well with my palate, then leave me some comments down below. What's your take on it? What are you thinking about it? Have you picked up your own Freestyle Live pack? Did you check out the cigars already? Are you holding back one more for smoking live when they do the Freestyle Live? I have one left because it did come with 3, so maybe I will do that myself, but we will see when that day comes. But yeah, Nubworthy, I think it's a great cigar. I've really enjoyed the last couple years of what Drew Estate has been putting out from um, the 10th anniversary, or the Shade 10-year anniversary. Undercrown, there we go. The Undercrown 10. I really enjoyed that. And the Nika Rustica Adobe and this one. So what they've been putting out the last few years, I've really enjoyed. They've been much more my palate than the earlier DE stuff. So we'll see what happens, but come back here once you have learned what the cigar is, put some comments, maybe leave a comment and say, hey, Tim, you were completely off and you should just quit doing reviews altogether because, well, you screwed it up. Or maybe you'll come back and you'll go, hey, you guessed part of it. Good for you. That's cool. But whichever way it happens, leave some comments down below. Let me know what your take is on this review, on the cigar, and the flavor profiles that at least I explained from my palate and my perspective. But check out the Freestyle Live March 14th, and you'll find out all the information about this specific cigar. That's going to do it for this edition of Tobacco Talk. Enjoy your cigar journey, everybody. I'm Cigar Show Tim. As always, I'll see you.